Boston Celtics had themselves a pretty good draft, highlighted by the selection of Aaron Nesmith. For some reason though, not many professional analysts are giving the Celtics the recognition of having at least a good draft. So with this being said, let's break down and see how Aaron Nesmith will fit in and what Celtic fans should be expecting from him once the season starts back up. For one, Aaron Nesmith is going to have a very important role for the Celtics, whether he is starting or coming off the bench. Now, some Celtic fans may not believe me here due to how Brad Stevens usually gives his rookies a few amount of minutes per game. But Nesmith addresses two huge issues that the Celtics ran through this past season: consistent 3-point shooting and being able to have players besides the main stars that are able to score the ball. The Boston Celtics, despite having some quality role players such as Daniel Theis, Robert Williams, and Enes Kanter, before he got traded obviously, ranked 29th out of 30th in bench scoring. And a large reason as to why this number was so bad was due to mostly how the Celtics really lacked a true scorer / playmaker to bring off the bench consistently. Aaron Nesmith will probably take on that role. I personally believe that Brad Stevens will rather have Nesmith to come off the bench due to the present weaknesses concerning it, and how there's players such as Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum already starting in the same position as he plays. But going back to the topic at hand, Aaron shot 52% from 3 this past season. But what is extremely impressive by this was his consistency from deep. As shown in the graphs, Aaron was still able to shoot the 3 at a very high clip, whether it was a standstill shot or it was him coming out of screens. And the reason why this is so important for Nesmith and the Celtics is that it makes the opposing defense have to be all the more alert and focused towards Aaron. Having Nesmith running around a floppy action type play or even being used as a decoy in some instances will make the floor so much easier for players such as Marcus Smart, or if they're still on the court, Jason Tatum or Kemba Walker going towards the rim. And even Nesmith was hinting in a recent press conference that he did with the Celtics that he knows that he will need to continue this type of offensive action when he's eventually able to play on the court in the TD Garden. But whenever people talk about Nesmith, they only just mention how good of a shooter he is. I believe that this is actually disrespecting Nesmith's game. Not that he can't shoot, but he can do so much more than that. Now, I can't lie. Aaron doesn't have that good of a handle, and he isn't that good of a finisher when he gets to the rim, which is why so many people only just talk about his shooting. But in terms of his ability to create space for himself to get a jumper up, he does a great job at this. Nesmith being able to do a crossover into a step back jumper, or being able to do just a jab step into a jumper to freeze his defender, it just adds a whole nother element to his game. He will need to improve his playmaking decisions, but considering how the Celtics won't necessarily be asking him to really handle the ball with the amount of quality guards that they have now, I'm more than confident that this is an area that Nesmith will be able to develop as he progresses in the NBA. As we transition into his defense, it should be noted that the Celtics were a great defensive team this past season, and Aaron should only be able to help add to this. I know a lot of people are critical of his defense because of the lack of elite athleticism, but shown below is Aaron's percentages held when being the on-ball defender. Overall, Nesmith holds his opponents to a low shooting percentage when he plays defense, and a large reason as to why this was possible for Aaron was his high defensive IQ. He slides his feet well, he has good lateral quickness, and is disciplined especially on closeouts on the 3-point line. And again, Nesmith mentioned to reporters that he wants to play defense, that he wants to improve as much as possible to add to his weaknesses to his game, and he's just ready to go out and play the game with his teammates. Overall, the Celtics are going to be a championship contending team obviously, but adding a knockdown shooter who can handle the ball a little bit as of now, and has shown to play defense as well, the Celtics are going to be an extremely tough out in the playoffs for any team that comes up against them. Let me know what you guys think. Until next time, peace.